World 3 video. Probably one of the last Train Sim World 3 videos. I mean, I'm recording this, but I think there's only about 10 days to go until Train Sim World 4 does release. So I don't know when this will be going out, but I'm sure it'll be hopefully before Train Sim World 4 releases. But yeah, it's the beginning of the Leaf full season. Boo, autumn's coming, summer's over, everything just dies, and it's like, ugh. But yeah, it is what it is. So we're doing an RHTT train, and we're going to be going over, I think, to Rochester on this one, all the way from Faversham. So we've got a little bit of a journey in this in the shed. But let's get in and we'll get it set up. If I can remember how we get this set up. Well, it's the RHTT bit. We got the safe systems on as well. DSD, AWS. Get them both going. Get the intros on. Right, now this thing. Activate. No, there's a button here, isn't there? Right. Activate controller. Ooh, engine start. It's one of these. Ah, there we go. Right, we got that on. That's now on. But we want to put that on. But we don't do them just yet. I think until we're above 20 miles an hour. Then we'll start doing the jets. Because otherwise, it's just not going to be worthwhile. 17 miles. I'm guessing that is Rochester. Yeah, that's Rochester. Is that... Hang on, we're going into the... Yeah, into one of the old loops there. And it's platform 1. Okay. Well, we've got an 8-minute wait there. I don't know if we'll do that. That seems quite extreme to wait there 8 minutes. I think, yeah, passenger. I think that's alright. I don't think we have to be in goods for this. Parking brakes off. We don't really need to do the distance thing because we're only a short little thing. Just to make sure the brakes are... Yeah, that's fine. Start charging them up. Also, we're doing the passenger braking on here. Wait for them to start releasing. Set that to forward. We do now have the road. And then we shall make our way out of here. Let's wait for those brakes to come off. Just put a little bit of power on. And let's go. And I think we get... I don't know if we can follow freight limits. No, passenger... No, probably no. I don't think we can. Because we're still a locomotive, aren't we? So we'll be following the lower speed limits, which I don't know very well on here. I know where the speed boards are, so I suppose that's the most important thing. Out we go out of Faversham. And we've got to cross over the line. So this is set to September. This is, but I mean, I've been at the station, and you see all the leaves just fall in, and so yeah, it is the start of a leaf full season. I haven't seen any RHTT trains out yet though, although it probably won't be long until I see just that. We get a little bit of speed now. So once we get above 20, I mean, we could even just do it now. I mean, we're at 15. Is it going to make much of a difference? Right, let's go. And we shall, pop them on now. So on and on. And I think that should now be spraying. Should be spraying. That's not good to see it's not spraying already, but quickly put that on, so quickly just have a look at this again. Let's move up the pressure maybe. Maybe then it might do. I mean, it's all on. It's all activated. It's all on, so it should be spraying. Oh, hang on, it is, isn't it? Something's going on back there. Hey, there is something spraying. Look, you can see it. It's just not much. Yeah, it's basically doing it. It will do. So yeah, we're now spraying. Let's get a flyby shot. And actually, there's a bench around here somewhere. Or actually, no, I think we've already passed it. It's like a little place you can actually sit down on a bench and watch the trains. There we go. You can see it a bit better there. That was cool. Don't know if those tail lights are actually properly on, but we've got the little lamp on the back. That will do. If I think about it, I don't know if there actually is any sort of shared limits along here. Might want to arraign them. Can't think of any. Really depends where we're going. Might be if we're on the slows for Newington, or but I don't know if there is any shared limits. So where you got the you know, multiple unit one and then the freight and rail tour, or the separate one. Right, it's actually gone up now the speed. So we don't want to go too excessively quick. So otherwise that spray is not gonna be, you know, it will just be missing bits out. So we won't go excessively fast. I mean, the max speed is 75 on here. I mean, you can get it way more than that, but you shouldn't really. You could probably get this up to 100, well, 90, 95, even 100 quite easily. The game lets you. I don't know how it would fare in real life at that speed. I don't know, what is the top speed of RHTT trains? Because this does feel quite quick for it. I know, yeah, I know after 20 miles an hour, that's when you start spraying it. I'm not sure if there actually is like a top speed for it. I mean, it must have to go quite quick, because, you know, they literally go on the main line and whilst other trains are about, so they must have to go fairly quick. I mean, I've seen them whizzing through my local station at quite a speed, spraying. See, another cool thing to see would be an MPV, a multi-purpose vehicle. That would be cool to see in the game. Now that's on Train Sim Classic. That'd be cool. So sort of just coast it now. I mean, the speed doesn't come below 75 until I think Newington, or just on the little curve, Newington curve. So yeah, we got a little bit of a way up, so just full speed pelt it along. So quite a nice sort of easy run. We'll take it to Rochester. We'll put it in the up loop. Remember, I don't really want to sit around for 8 minutes just sitting there on video, so it won't be very exciting. Put the brakes on just a little bit. There we go. But no, I've really been enjoying Southeastern high speed recently. I mean, you can see if you've seen our sort of last few streams, if you're listening to quite recently, or just after launch of the video upload. Been doing it quite a bit. It's a really good route. I mean, Southeastern high speed probably is the best UK route there is. Just sort of the variety and what you can do, and also it is dual power mode as well, which a lot of people like. So it's a really sort of versatile route, lots to do, lots of different things to do. I mean, you got the Euro Phoenix 37, the RHTT, the 700, the 465, the freight stuff. It's just, yeah, there's a lot you can do on this route. Rail tours, I think there's the steam rail tour as well. I mean, I would say a route with probably the most potential is probably still the Brighton main line. I mean, that route, yeah, the potential for that is still really high. But yeah, in terms of sort of variety and what you can do, this probably wins. Although the Brighton main line, if that held all the services, the 700 bits and bobs and a few DLCs, that would probably also be classed as one of the best UK routes. I mean, I personally think it's one of the best ones. There's a lot of bias in that. And it could be the best. Just needs a bit of TLC. Let's get a flyby shot through Sittingbourne. Not sure if we're supposed to turn off the sprays through the station. I've got a feeling we should turn off the sprays through the station. Well, there's not really much. It's not spraying much anyway, so it should be alright. It's a 90 there. Yes, I wonder where we're going to be taking at Newington. Are we going to be going onto the slow, the up slow, or are we going to stay on the up fast? Or just go on to the up fast, I suppose. We'll find out in a second what the signal's saying. It's quite quick along here. Sittingbourne looks a bit like a city, doesn't it? With all those towers and stuff there. I think it is a fairly large town. I suppose that's another nice thing about this route. Well, I was just about to say it's like a really nice string of different towns, and then you got the London one end, but then quite, you know, basically every other route is just a string of towns of some sort of big place one end. Is that a jav? That is a jav. Javelin. So it does come down to 70. There's the 70 board there. Of course, it was a bit further towards the curve, but no. So it seems we are going to be sticking on the sort of the fast line. It did say 39 minutes, didn't it? I mean, 8 minutes. Well, yeah, I suppose, yeah, 8 minutes wait. That brings it down to say about 30. So it should take us about 30 minutes between Fav and Rochester. Yeah, possibly. Oh, collectible there. I hate those fence collectibles. They're so bloody hard. The broken fence ones. So hard just to collect. Yeah, back doing the spraying. Screenshot there. We'll be getting enough one as we go along. But yeah, the spray used to be so much sort of better looking. I mean, maybe it was a bit too extreme before, but you know, you can probably see that all the mist coming out, like psh, and it was like quite cool. But it seems not much now. Maybe that's more realistic. It used to look like sort of a cloud just coming towards you. So this went past Newington. Let's try and get another little shot now, actually. Now we're sort of on this, oh, hello. Wants to give us a little bit of noise. Little ring. Motion blur off, motion blur on. You see the difference there? Look at that window there, that side window. It's a bit weird when you have it off. Put that on, you get a bit of a blur. I don't know, whether you guys play with motion blur on or motion blur off. It's a bit weird. On PC I have it off, whereas on console I have it on. Then I think I do prefer having it on. Yeah, otherwise it's a little bit funny when you turn it off. And to be honest, you do get a little bit of a blur in real life, don't you? Yeah, when you're going so quick, you sort of, there's a blur, whereas if you do that, it's all sort of clear. Right, I think we are following something, because that signal was a preliminary caution. So yeah, we'll probably have to stop maybe before Rainham. Let's get the brakes on a little bit. If we get below 20 miles an hour, we'll get the spray off. And now we get stuck behind a passenger service. Maybe a 1 Sierra service, which I think are the Dover ones, which are like the slow ones. Although to be honest, it could be any service. Although the fact we've caught up to it probably is one which stops at Newington. So we'll take it nice and slow. Is there a signal before the platform at Rainham? I don't know. Yes, is there? But possibly. Actually, it could be... No, that wouldn't, because the signal stepped up from a double yellow to a green. I was going to say it could be a 700, but no, it wouldn't be. Yeah, there is a signal before Rainham, and that's now green. So that turns obviously left Rainham now. Ooh, we gotta do that. That's something which was really, really cool at the time when this route first released. Which is in 2021. Oh, why can't we get... There we go. It's still cool. I still love seeing it happen. Not too sure why I saw the headlights of that rear 66 on, but let's ignore that. Look at that. Working level crossings. They're still cool to this day. I mean, some working level crossings in the game are slightly weirdly placed, slightly weirdly done. I mean, East Coast Way. I think it's the crossing at Hampden Park. Is it Hampden Park? Possibly, or was it Berwick? Or was it both? Where I don't know what they're actually called, but you sort of get, when the crossing comes down, you get the little trellis, which then sort of comes down with it. You know, you've seen a level crossing, you've got the barrier, then the little sort of bit underneath, or the basically fence underneath, the trellis. I'm sure there's a proper name for it. Whereas I think when they updated the ones on East Coast Way, they then just put just a single barrier. You know, no sort of fence underneath, it was just a barrier. Which I don't think is how they are in real life. There is a really cool level crossing actually on Tees Valley. I think it's the one... no, Redcar Central. I think that one basically got just put as a barrier, the boring barrier. It's just after Allen's West Station. Yeah, there's like a level crossing which is like a really old one which has wheels and it just sort of swings across. It's really cool to see. Yeah, if you've got Tees Valley, have a look. It's just after Allen's West Station. I'll start slowing down. Maybe that's a slight blip then. Streamlabs decided to freeze itself, so I had to quickly restart the recording. So slowly bringing that down, and yeah, once we get below 20 we'll get the spray off. Otherwise we'll basically just be wasting it at a really low speed, putting so much down. So probably going to be following. Probably while we come into the loop at Rochester, the old Rochester. So we'll wait for a train. There's probably a train behind us as well, so we've got to wait for that as well. As I suppose we're not really priority. I think we have I think this is a free Sierra service. Right down. Right, let's get those sprays off. Which obviously would be quite easy to do in real life, but there you go, there we go, we did it with the HUD off. Oh, typical. As soon as I turn it off, we're now on the move. Although it's still single yellow, so I'm not going to turn them on. It's a double yellow. Yeah, okay, I'll get them on now. Turn them back on. Hey, I can find it. Where are you? Come on, go on. Oh, it's so annoying sometimes doing HUD. There we go. I wish there was like a little cursor you could bring up. A bit like you could do on Train Sim 2020. If you, I think, click right analog stick down, there was like a little cursor that came up. So even if you were playing HUDless, you could sort of just navigate quite easily to the different switches and stuff. There's the, is it the North Kent Signalling Centre or East Kent Signalling Centre? It must be North Kent Signalling Centre, as we're not really East Kent. Yeah, probably got to be North Kent. North Kent Signalling Centre. There's the Euro Phoenix 37, always really nice to see. They've got green now. So that's one of the newer banner repeaters, where it actually has green on it. So if there's a green light ahead, it will show green on the banner repeater. As with the old ones, you had to see the diagonal line, or that way around. No, hang on, what way on the webcam there? Yeah, on the older ones, it didn't have green, so it would just show that, and it could either be a yellow or a green. So it's quite handy. Headlights are quite powerful on this as well, as opposed to other trains. Actually see quite a bit. Just coast it for now. We're going to have to wait before Chatham, because that train, I'd imagine, will be stopping at Chatham. So we've got to wait there. So if we get stopped near the 30 board. This will be a single yellow. UK signalling is very easy. Like if you're worried about, I don't know, maybe you're watching this and you're completely new to Train Sim World, don't worry about UK signals. They are. Oh, there was actually a different speed limit there. Let's put that down. I think that was 25. I think just about sort of like 25 or 20. Yeah, UK speed limits are easy. No, signals are easy. It's like a countdown basically. 2 yellows, 1 yellow, red. And obviously green means you're all good, keep going. Although the correct terms would be proceed, proceed green, caution, which is single yellow, double yellow is preliminary caution, and then red is danger. If you want to be slightly more technical. Let's get those sprays off. Well, a bit. So we're going to move up a little bit. As I was bloody playing around with those things there. Doesn't matter too much, eh? Yeah, 700. 007. That would do it. That's where the signal post phone is. That's what that one is. And it's sort of got the diagonal lines on it. Webcam that way around. Say signal post phone. Remember that. Those ones with that symbol, signal post phone. Right, let's get that off. And you've got like 5 other types of telephones. Well, that looks yellow to me now. Let's get going. Hey, you've got the X. I don't think that there's any of them on TSW, but there's like an X one, which is a line side phone. And the yellow phone, which I don't think there's any on Train Sim World, is the level crossing phone. The green phone, you can probably already guess what it is, emergency telephone. Although I don't think I've seen any on Train Sim World. Could be wrong. And then you've got the electrical control operator phone, which is basically the person who sits there and is like, oh, let's turn off the power there. There's an emergency. That's like white and like with a red phone on it. Again, you wouldn't see one of them on TSW. And then the last one, I believe last one, is the standard auto phone, which is just a normal. It's literally a normal telephone. But you won't see. There's hardly any places with a standard auto phone now. There's quite a lot of basically just got rid of them because anyone can use them, which obviously is not the purpose of them. So there's hardly any of them. Yeah, that is what you'll have to learn if you're looking at a railway job, or just, well, you're interested in PTS, personal track safety, all the different railway phones. Although actually that's not really, no, it is part of PTS, but you probably should know that anyway. I think you have to know it anyway. Yeah, I think you have to know know most of them anyway, even if you don't have PTS. Which, yeah, PTS is personal track safety, which I have got a license for. Basically, it means we go on the track if there was an emergency. Not just because I want to skip out, go walking along the road. Right, so it wants us to sit here for 8 minutes. Now we're not doing that on video, so we'll just end it here basically. So yeah, sitting here for 8 minutes, not very exciting. I mean, I'll probably log off here actually. I won't even bother taking it into the station, or maybe I will, but a bit later on. Now we'll stop about a loco length away from the signal. And we get the jets off. Oh no, they're already off actually. Probably could have turned them back on, but I mean it's quite slow anyway through here. We're going about 20-25ish, so. And now we sit here for however long. Wait, 130? No. No, come on, that's not fair. I'm waiting at the signal. Whatever you call it there. So there probably should be, I believe this one here, the little weird sort of X, means it's got limited clearance. So you might have like a phone in the middle. Possibly. But that's going to be it, everyone, for today's Train Sim World video. Probably one of the last Train Sim World 3 ones we're going to do. So obviously it is soon to be TSW4. But links can be found in the usual places: Discord, PayPal, merch store. Apart from that, have a lovely rest of your day, and hopefully we'll see you next time. See you all. Take care. Bye, guys.